What's up, Internet? Hey, it's raining. We're gonna get some gyroids here soon. That's great. We got a bit of a stomach ache, so, you know, if this ends abruptly, you know why. We are doing this a little bit later than I like to normally. But, you know, I was pretty excited about trying to get the gyroids the next town over, so I'd like to at least do that today, if nothing else. You know, assuming it stops raining over there. But, we'll see what we do. So, of course, we have to take a look at our presents, figure out what we got from the museum, because presents to start, as you know. We have a dinosaur track. That's a bad start to these presents to start. Ugh. It's the second day in a row we've got nothing but paperweights. This is discouraging. We will not let it stop us. Oh no. Well, we will sell them to Mr. Nook and get like 4,000 bells, if that, for them. Sell these, and that, and that, and that, and that, and also this bit of paper here. Not even 4,000 bells. Wow, we got a really bad combination of paperweights, I guess. Now let's take a look and see what we got on the second floor. Hey, got a rocket. I don't want it, but we have it. I do believe we have that painting, and that's everything of interest up here. However, of course, we have to go buy some flowers to make our awesome garden even more awesome. Because it's, you know, it's just what we do. I'll take these. And I'll take this. And I'll take this, because of course I will. And of course we can't let the last one feel all lonely. We have to get the last bag of pansies as well. And now that that's done, we must move on to our garden. And I'm just checking to see if, yeah, Pearl's still here. I mean, if I lose every other villager, that's fine, but as long as Pearl's here, that's great. I'm still completely destroyed that good old Pierce is gone. You are a very mean mouse to make Spike feel all sad. Alright, well, let's plop this down. There I got one behind that tree. That's okay. We can plop this down, and this. And this. And also, we cannot forget this. Alright, good. Talk to me, Spike. Maybe you'll feel less bad. If I can make you feel less bad, then I've done something right today. Well, good for Hazel. I'm sorry, Spike, but she asked me to talk to someone that I couldn't deal with. So, here we are. I entered once, and I won, and I got no prize for it, so I don't really aspire to enter more fishing tournaments, honestly. I know there's one in the fall, and there's a prize for that one, too. And there's a trophy that you get for just showing up. So we might grab that one, but I mean, that's the extent I'm interested in the fishing tournaments at this point. Not seeing anything in terms of fossils right off. I scared the fishy. Oh, fishy. I didn't want to scare you, but I did. Like a big, clumsy dumple. Here, Rhoda's got something for us. What are you up to, Rhoda? I'm not going over to Hazel to do anything. I'm sorry. Well, if nothing else, today we made Rhoda feel bad. Mission accomplished. Alright, well, that was kind of a whiff, but we move on with life. And we found a thing we can dig up, so let's do that. Got a fossil. it's weird not seeing a house there. I'm glad, because I didn't want Oxford in this town to begin with, but it's weird to see a giant empty space where his house used to be. That was a lot of hyphens. Maybe her superpower is that she can just apply hyphens to everything. That way, she could have the longest game of Hangman by using just a single word that's nothing but a string of hyphens. That is in fact Cookie's superpower. It has now been decided. 8,000 bells, sure. And I think I see something else I can dig up. This, which is also a fossil. Come on, let's transition to the next screen, please, game. There's a fish. I want to catch that fish. I've decided, fish, you will be caught today by me. Unless I do that. In which case, no you won't. And I'm very sorry for telling you you would be. I feel like I kind of built up expectations and couldn't follow through. I cannot talk to her. I think she's a horse. Or he's a horse. I'm pretty sure at this hour only ladies are asleep and only of a specific type of personality. But still, that's pretty sure that's a horse. Come on, fish. Maybe this is the fish we've all been waiting for. If it is, I feel so bad letting it go. Well, it's a goldfish, but it's not the one we wanted. As my cat makes sounds in the background. Alright, let's get rid of this weed. We gotta get rid of this one, because for whatever reason my character can't seem to pick it up. Avoid the mosquito. Well done. Take a look for some coelacanths. Not seeing any right off, though. Which is kind of unfortunate. I mean, they are rare, but I would still like to have more. No, that's not a coelacanth. That's just a regular fish. Which means it's probably a sea bass. And I'll feel bad if I catch that, too. But we did get this. Which is a fossil. Maybe we can get some information from Copper. Maybe Gracie or Crazy Red are coming to town. No. Aww. But Copper, I want to get a Gracie shirt and find some crazy deals. And I honestly don't care about all the other special people that could come to town, but those two matter. Hey, Pearl can cheer us up. Like only Pearl can, mind you. I was too busy, actually. I was doing a lot of stuff. Had a lot of sun, and it might have backfired a little bit. I am collecting furniture. Intriguing, you say? 3,000 bells. I do like intriguing things. But I have a feeling her idea of intriguing is whatever the random number generator gave her. Which could be anything. So, not that. Well, that was harsh. Yeah, that's not really, no. That was way too much for something I didn't want. So, yeah. Like I said, the RNG just sort of decides stuff. Why would she have a space shuttle, though? Like, it feels like there's a story there. I know space shuttles are just pieces of furniture in this game, but it feels like there's a story behind that. I'd be more interested in learning the story behind that than actually having it, because I don't want one, but... yeah. Just the random cat with a space shuttle because reasons. Let's not get eaten by the mosquito we ran through. Now there's Tangy, or Tangy, or whatever we decided her name was. But Not seeing anything else. Alright, well, let's take a look and see if there's any treasure to be had. Treasure? No treasure. Let's go to the next town and see if there are gyroids for us to find. Because that's always an important step in finding gyroids, is, you know, going where they are. The weather has been weird, like, all week. It's been, like, rainy and thundery, but also, like, really, really hot and, like, dry. It's been on and off in, like, the most bizarre way. Weather this week is just strange. Goodbye, Porter. I'm sure I will see you in a few minutes, when you welcome me to the other town, like you always do. But first I have to deal with the insufferable Rover, who just knows how to really push my buttons, as only Rover can do. Come on, Rover. Hurry up. Do your Roverness, so that I can move on with my life, and not have to deal with you anymore. Even though I will again have to deal with you tomorrow, as much as I wish I didn't have to. I'm just taking a trip, Rover. Although, seeing you in your stupid exclusive shirt that you love to lord over me gives me some ideas. I might have to try and do something sometime soon. Alright, well, it's not raining here, so there should be gyroids. At least 3 of them. I guess we'll go look for them. Hey, it's Porter again, just like I predicted. Alright, so Pierce is still here. That's the first thing I have to check because he's my favorite and I always worry about him. I don't want him running off and joining the circus. I want to have him at arm's length because he won't join my town. Or rather, he did and left, and I feel kind of offended about that. But still, he's my favorite. I don't want him to leave me forever. Hey, bluegill. I don't need one of these, but we have one of these. And there's a thing we can dig up. What do we have here? I was tricked by a fossil. I do not appreciate that, ground gods. Give me my gyroids now, please. I followed your ritual. I waited till it stopped raining. Now I want my prize. That's a darner. For a second, I thought I saw a banded dragonfly. I think that's next month. Should be like next week now. Cicadas. I don't think it's one of those cicadas that takes like 17 years to grow. But I'll catch cicadas. Yeah, I guess now we're technically into a new month. Sort of. I know, sort of like how in February it stops, like halfway around and transitions to like spring. I think it's sort of similar. Or maybe we were just wildly unlucky at finding cicadas this entire time, but this is the first time we've seen them. Still, you know, it's another bug off our bug list. And it's one we still have to show our old pal Blithers. So we'll have to do that at some point. Fossil, you're not what I wanted. We're gonna have to stagger our fossils again, I think. Still, if there are more bugs flying around, we need to be a little bit more cautious about how we approach stuff as we look for our gyroids. I'll catch this fish, and then we'll go to Tom Nook's. I don't think this is like a special fish, but it could be. But it's probably more likely just another catfish. And it shows like the worst spot in the entire game to be at, because it is like so freaking hard to catch anything around here. Just a carp. That's a little disappointing. Hey, glowy spot. Actually, what we'll do to make some room for us is move some of our fossils into our letter thing. And then at least we've got a little bit more of an area for us. I saw Cookie staring at that tree. Thought it meant there was something in it, but I guess not. That's usually what that means. Maybe there's treasure here. F2 has Pierce's favorite thing. I'm betting it's a pitfall. And all these villagers who don't explain exactly what they've hidden. It's suspicious. Alright, Mr. Nook, I'm here to sell a couple of things, but not a lot. This, and this, and this, and this, but not the cicada. I'll take $2,000, sure. And while we're here, we'll just take a look at what you're selling today. Maybe you got something really cool up here. Or maybe all you have is a storefront, which is just strange, and hiding the thing behind it. Oh well. I've never seen a real cicada, but I also live in Canada. They're not exactly native to here. It's too cold for them, I think. Still, it seems strange that we're only running into them now. Now, granted, we tend to play later in our hometown, but we come over here long enough that we should probably notice at least one or two. Unless they're brand new, in which case, you know, makes a little bit more sense. Another fossil? Really? Okay. I'll take another fossil, sure. Like I said, we're probably gonna have to stagger these, because we can only send so many per day with how much paper I have, but still. There should be some gyroids around here. The same. The fact we haven't even run into one is a little discouraging. But we'll see if we find something. Well, there's Chow doing his thing. You know, with a name like Chow, I would have thought he would have been a lazy villager, not a grumpy one. Okay, I think we were around here, so I'll just run through. I'll take a look over here by the wishing well and see if we can find any more gyroids, or any at all. It occurs to me cicadas might be really cool for our Zen garden. I'm gonna try and catch another one. There we go. Because it's kind of nice to have like those natural sounds. I think that's a darner. Okay, well if we run out of space we can release him, because we don't really need him. It's not a banded dragonfly, so it's not really on the top of our priority list. Pierce's favorite thing should be around here. Oh, I ran over top of it. So unless that happens to be a fossil, it's not a pitfall. Ah. Hinangyo. I'm trying to think of what off the top of my head that is, but I'm not sure. rustoids. We can sell that. Don't really need a rustoid per se. But it's a gyroid. At the very least, we got one. I'd like a few more, though. That would be ideal, I think. It's a common dragonfly. Not seeing any... Oop, spoke too soon. Found some bells by digging in the completely wrong place. Like you do. Come on, let's put that in my wallet. There we go. Well, there are a lot of fossils just kicking around out here. Common dragonfly. And I don't think we have to worry about another insect in this acre because they tend to only hold one at a time. Because I guess hardware limitations. At least hardware limitations of the N64. Common dragonfly. Yeah, if that were the banded dragonfly, we'd have already lost it. They fly really fast, and if you spook them, they fly even faster. They're kind of a pain to try and catch. Let's get rid of this. Here's a common dragonfly. Alas, were you going to end up with this gyroid treasure hunt missing 2 of the 3? Nothing special going on here either. How boring, Mr. Copper. He's trying so hard not to seem with it. And he's doing a very good job. But you can see he's putting effort in. There's a common dragonfly. Still, I wonder if we really have hit a point where the bugs have changed. I think that too would mean that the fish have changed. Which is interesting. Unfortunately, we're going to have to go with only one gyroid. Let's see if Quetzal has anything for us to do. I'll get your watch back, buddy. Yeah, let's go talk to Goldie as she hides. I know where I can swap this. This goes right here. And I'll just get rid of that, because we don't really need that. Alright, Goldie, give me a watch, please. I shall get this to Quetzal as soon as I can. Unfortunately, he's not far away, unless he teleports to the other side of the river, in which case he's very far away. Hey, you're not Quetzal. I'm looking for Quetzal. That is a darner. I got a thing for you, Quetzal. There you go. There's your watch. Oh, I don't want stationery. I'm quite comfortable only getting rid of 5 or 4 fossils a day. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get all the flowers I want. I mean, I can get a couple of things, but I don't think I can get all of them. Now with all these fossils here. Unless, perhaps... Don't litter. Littering is wrong. We'll come back for this tomorrow. That's a common dragonfly. still, I'm kind of surprised we only ran into the evening cicadas. They might be based around like the time of day though. The others might as well, I'm not sure. I think we should be able to run to an orchid mantis around now too. Hey, there's Velma. Maybe she's got something for us to do. Do you have something for us, Velma? I'll get your picture book from Camo Frog, sure. It'll help me make another lap around this place to look for gyroids I missed. And bugs I don't have. Because those two things I still need to do. It's weird we found so many spots to dig up for fossils, but only one for gyroids. I mean, there should be like 2 more. We're just completely missed, but I'm just not seeing them. Hey, and we didn't have to go through another person. That's very thoughtful of you, Camo Frog. That's responsible. You know, aside from the fact that you didn't return it. If you get past the fact you didn't return it, that's responsible. There's a pond strider. But not an insect we don't have. You're a mean piggy to make what's-his-name feel bad. I'm okay with that because I never liked what's-his-name, but still, mean piggy. It's a common dragonfly. There's a black-spotted ladybug. Velma, I don't appreciate you falling off a cliff like that. Alright, well, let's go talk to Velma, even though she's kind of on the other side of the planet now, and we kind of had to go around the entire planet to get to her. Here you go. Oops, someone made someone angry. She's a mean piggy to make him angry like that, after making him feel sad like that. At least now she feels bad about it. I mean, at least there's a little bit of negative emotion reciprocation there. Choo-choo! Okay, seriously, where could this gyroid be? I mean, I'm okay with missing 1, but to miss 2 is just... that is unacceptable. That's a longhorn beetle. We've already seen them. There's a waste spike. Yeah, it's a common dragonfly. Don't care about them so much. There's Cookie. It's a common dragonfly. That's a darner. You can tell because it's green. Here's Cicada. It's up here, I think. There he is. I think when you alert him, he stops moving for a little bit, and then you can scare him off. Like, he's got several phases of alertness. I remember that being the case for at least some tree-bound insects. Usually identified by their ceasing movement. And then they take off. Well, I do believe we've kind of been everywhere. And we've still not found these gyroids. This is perplexing. That's a good word for what this situation is. Up here there's nothing. Oh well, we can go sell some stuff to Nook now, I guess. I'd like to sell a couple things, Mr. Nook. Like this, and this, and an orange cone, and a blue tie-dye. Oh, that is nothing. That orange cone was really worth very little. You can take this restoid too, because I can assure you I don't need it. Let's go buy ourselves some flowers and take them home. Work on our awesome garden. Make even more insect friends, even if we never see them. I should buy that. I shall buy this. We should buy this, so we will. Did we check the acre with Peaches and Velma's house? I don't think so. Let's check there before we go anywhere else. There's a cockroach on that tree, but... There we go. Mini Quasoid. It was my fear of Peaches that had blinded me from finding our treasure. That might have been a banded dragonfly. Well, I feel dumb. Whoops. Well, we'll have other chances. We need to go home. Work on our garden. Make this place even prettier than it was before. Yes, you have to make sure to get home and let it save before turning it off, or else you get a face like a gyroid and you lose your entire inventory. I know the whole spiel, Porter. Never personally done it, but I've seen people do it. Let's go home. But first we have to deal with the greatest antagonist the world has ever known. Grover. Please stop talking to me, Rover. I don't like you. Yet you never leave me alone. Alright, let's go plant some flowers. And I guess we gotta go see Blithers. That's doable. Let's not run through the flowers and destroy them all. That's one thing I'd like to avoid if we can help it. Plant that there. We can plant that there. I'm kind of surprised I can plant one there. I figured we'd plant there. But okay. I've already got so much of this chunk of acre done. Kind of surprising, but the way it's shaped, I guess it makes sense. Alright, well, let's figure out exactly what we got from this little thing. Got a mini Quasoid. I'm kind of annoyed about these two. We're getting rid of them. Alright, well, I think we're gonna get rid of them. What do we have for this thing? Oh! It's a giant, doll case. That's actually kind of cool. I'm not sure if I want to keep that or not. We'll have to do another house cleaning episode or something. Alright, next we... Oh, right. Right. I almost forgot. Like I said, we're gonna have to do some house cleaning at some point. But this might help make the sand a little cooler. when it wants to do its thing. Maybe it burrowed. And it won't be seen for another 17 years or however those cicadas work. Again, I live in a place where they're not native to, so I don't really know. I just know there is a type that stays buried for about 17 years. Which, that is quite a evolutionary cycle of going from like a little grub thing to an actual insect. Ha! The angry mouse lady's gone. I don't feel bad about that. She made Spike feel bad. I just cannot condone her being in our presence any further than that. Stag beetle! Spoilers for my other channel, but I'm actually reviewing Metabot's Kuwagata right now, so being able to catch more stag beetles is always fun, because more stag beetles in our lives. Man, I'm glad I got to play some more Medarot again. That's always fun. This will make our Bugwing make some extra jams, I think. I hope he does anyway. I mean, he certainly didn't make our room sound any better. I'm a little annoyed about that, but, you know, it is what it is. Aw. He likes the sound of the cicadas. Do a thing. Oh, they're really quiet. Well, I guess not. That's unfortunate. Alright, well that's done. So, we gotta try and make some room for letters. We can do that. Put that there. Put this over here. And boom, 4 slots for letters. And we just have to worry about the, like, 4 fossils that we left behind for tomorrow. Write a letter to the museum. Write a second letter to the museum. And a third one. And this, to mix things up, we're going to add punctuation, because we're very excited about that letter. Put that one there. This one here. I was kind of thinking about putting this one here, but we're going to put one there instead, just to mix things up. And fill that one as well. That's done. And I guess before we go talk to Phyllis, we'll wander around and see if anyone needs anything else from us, preferably without having to talk to someone who's in bed, because that just kind of sucks, because I can't do that. Because Animal Crossing kind of frowns upon breaking into people's houses just to see if they have a thing you're supposed to collect. I can go deliver a thing to Leopold. He's not in bed, and it doesn't involve me going through multiple people to do it. Right after I collect the Kuwagata. Alright. So, let us find our lion friend. He's in this acre. Okay. He's got a very stylish house. Except for the Harmonoids. I won't understand Harmonoids. Not the most interesting gyroids out there, but also not very nice sounding ones. I'm here to deliver some clothes. If I was doing someone a favor, you don't have to grill me about it. If your text box wasn't covering it, I could give you my opinion on it. The rainbow shirt that sells for 777 bells. Oh, that's the Flicker shirt, I believe. That's actually not a bad looking one. Not great, mind you, but not bad. Oopsie. I don't want to hit Pearl. She's my favorite. Just... Damn it. Talk to me. I genuinely can't talk to her. That's interesting. She's like, there we go. I guess the game register is being like trapped in the door or something. Nothing for her. There's no one new in town. Running low on people we can talk to get stuff done. Hey, Leopold's got something for us. Wherever he went. Preferably not involving people in bed. Because I don't want to deal with people in bed. Because I can't deal with people in bed. They're asleep. And the game took away my lock-picking tools. They told me it wasn't that kind of game, and I was sad because I was so good at Thief. And marginally okay at Dishonored, but it wasn't even as good as Thief, so I kind of cared less. Cookie! Give me something to do. You don't have anything. When you say that, I know you have nothing. And you're a liar. And you should feel bad about being a liar. Alright, well... I can talk to Spike. Maybe Tangy, however you pronounce that. After that, I guess we're just gonna go find Phyllis. Ah, Spike's at home. That makes him easy to find. With his bad surf rock and his awesome shirt. I will help you in your quest to recover your Game Boy. It's a very noble quest. It's one I approve of. I don't get why you'd ever lend someone a Game Boy. That sounds strange to me. When I was a kid, you know, back when Game Boys were all over the place, we used to, like, trade our Game Boy games every now and then, like, temporarily lend one for another, but, you know, never a whole Game Boy. That just comes across as strange to me. Hell, lending people games seems a little strange to me, but that's because every time I did it, I ended up never seeing that game again. And that's why I don't lend stuff out to people, because I never see it again. Alright, let's go give this back to Spike. I appreciate that in 2019 Spike is still rocking the Game Boy, though. It's a good system. Tons of great games. It has Painter Momo-P on it. I'm gonna have to play some of that when I'm done. That'll be fun. It's been a while since I've played Momo-P. There's your Game Boy. Why does everyone want to give me stationery today? It's like the worst prize ever next to less bells than you can buy a piece of fruit for. So it's not the worst, but it's like next to the worst. And at least with those bells, it goes straight into your wallet. It doesn't take up inventory space. Tangy, don't go inside, talk to me. Yeah. Collision in this game's being weird again. Her giant smoothie of a house, except for her weird restoid. Do you have anything for me to do, Tangy? I guess not. Alright, well. I guess that means we go see our bestest pal, Phyllis. Like we do. Hey, Phyllis. I'm here to mail the letters. I was say I was here to mail a deposit, but that doesn't make sense. I mean, I guess it does get transferred somehow to the bank, so it probably would get, like, some kind of mail system sending it out, but... I don't know how physical bank transfers work. I think they involve armed vehicles. But that's mostly because I worked at a place who had to actually make deposits to places. And we had to deal with armed vehicles at one point. Hey, Pete. See you later, Pete. I have to make it a habit of coming through the Sacred, because if I don't, I never go through it. And then it ends up being like the reason our town is no longer perfect. And I like our town being perfect. I worked very hard on that. That's why I'm still working on the garden for it. Uh-oh. It's the letter we've all been dreading. The one from the villager I don't care about being gone. Actually, it could be worse. It could be from a villager I do want to stay being gone. Although that said, if she moved out, that means she could have replaced Pierce, and that would just be devastating. So, not thrilled about that letter, but at least someone I didn't want to be here. And I do think that will be it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, follow the stream to know when we go live, because we do this every single night, as well as Pokemon Let's Plays on the weekends and other stuff when I have the time, and I've got ideas for 1 or 2 things I'd like to do in the near future, provided I find the time, although I'm really swamped with stuff right now. You might also want to check out and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see over 1,000, now 200 videos. We make a lot of videos over there, and not just Animal Crossing, but pretty much everything. So, you know, if you're interested in anything video game related, you'll find something there for you. And if you want to make my day real special, check out the show's PayPal or Patreon. Support the show any way you can so that I can continue to do what I do to the best of my abilities. Plus, you get yourself on the Discord where we can talk about awesome things like finally figuring out where that other gyroid is, and the new bugs and how exciting it is when you find them. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Peace out, Internet.